No, I am not nervous about tomorrow whatsoever because I'm chilling with my shares that I was able to get below $5 when everyone else was scared and stressing about AMC. Now, I was hearing multiple articles about analysts saying that AMC was going to file for bankruptcy and that movie theaters would never be able to do well again. Well, now that AMC is up over 800%, I want to bring you guys with some amazing news that not a lot of people know about. And also, guys, if you guys know who Kathy Wood is, I'm sure all of you know that if you want to see her alerts about which stock she's buying and selling across all of her ETFs, including how many shares she buys and sells, and also her portfolio allocation into a stock, I'll be giving you guys all of her free ETF buy and sell alerts at the end of each of my videos. And all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Anyways, enough with that. I'm now going to talk about AMC and margin. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering why margin has any effect on AMC, but in my opinion, if you do not know what is going on with margin in 2021, I do not think that you will be able to successfully trade or hold AMC for the long term. Now, remember, this is just my opinion and I'm not a financial advisor, but I mean, look at all of these marginal statistics. As we could see here, from January of 2021 to April of 2021, there is currently roughly $850 billion worth of margin across the stock market. If you take a look at the previous year, 2020, in the beginning of January of 2020, margin was roughly $560 billion. So, right off the bat, we can definitely see a marginal increase. And this is not just, any marginal increase. This is a significant amount of margin increase. And it really makes you think, what is going on? One of the things that a lot of people are noticing is that more people are obviously getting into the stock market, and there are definitely some favorable stocks of the year. For example, last year, the favorable stock was Tesla. However, this year, what do you guys think the most favorite stock is across, the stock market? Obviously, it is AMC, it is GameStop, but now we are seeing actually AMC become more favorable compared to GameStop because the price of GameStop is actually decreasing while the price of AMC just keeps on increasing. So we could obviously see, some sort of shift in what type of stocks traders are favoring compared to the past. And as we see this rise in AMC, we also see margin increasing, within the United States stock market. And again, some people think that this is a really good thing, whereas some people think it is bad. However, what a lot of people are saying is that this will continue all the way until October. And the reason for, all of this increase in price and margin for a lot of these stocks and just for the indices in general in the stock market is because a lot of people do not see the Federal Reserve starting to, decrease their amount of money that they put into the stock market. And so a lot of people think, as I said before, that this will continue until October. But what some people are worrying about is 2023, 2024, 2025. But those are definitely, in a few years. So you guys do not have to worry about that as of right now. But I'm just telling you guys that, in my opinion, I think that the price of AMC will continue to rise because more margin is being used in a lot of various accounts. And obviously, with more margin, that is more money being, put into various stocks. And as I said before, what stocks do you think people are using their margin for? It is probably AMC because of how high, AMC has risen over the past few days and weeks. And again, AMC works in cycles, guys. So one week it'll go down, the next week it'll go up. That is why I personally am not worried because, in my opinion, I think that, okay, if AMC does decide to go down for, let's just say a month, let's just say hypothetically AMC goes down for a month, I believe that AMC, in the future will continue to increase its price and then everyone will start having the hype back to AMC because that's just how AMC works. It really works in cycles, or at least that is what a lot of people are observing right now. And so if we take a look back at, let's just say January of 2015, we could see that the margin across, the stock market was $485 billion. So again, right off the bat, you compare $485 billion worth of margin in the stock market and then you compare that to the almost $850 billion in margin right now in 2021, that is obviously an indication that more people are putting their money towards AMC. And also, if we just compare, let's go even further back. So let's do January of 2013. $388 billion, and now we have almost 850 billion. So again, guys, this is why I'm saying if you guys do not understand how margin has an effect on, first of all, the overall stock market, it is really going to be difficult for you guys as traders and long-term investors to understand what AMC could do in the future, because a lot of people are saying AMC is going to go to $100,000, and obviously we need to go to $100,000 in increments and in various levels. So the first price target is obviously going to be $40. We need to make sure that we break the $36 resistance, and then after that, AMC stock is limitless to the upside potential that it has. And the reason why I say that is because of the margin. I did not notice that there was a high amount of margin being used in the stock market, and when I saw that it was almost $850 billion, obviously that indicates that AMC is probably going to continue getting money into the stock, and then obviously as more money flows into AMC, the price will rise. And also, there will probably be another short squeeze. Now, there is a lot of controversy about whether the short squeeze has already happened on AMC. In my opinion, I think that there still could be room for more short squeezes. I think that we have had one, but I do not think that this is the last one, because again, with this margin, I think that AMC will continue to rise until October. That is just honestly what I believe, because the Federal Reserve is not going to stop, putting money towards the stock market. I think that they are going to continue to put money all the way throughout October. I don't think that we will have any problems with AMC until 2023, 2024, and 2025. But until then, I think that the price of AMC will actually continue to rise. And then if we look at February or December of 2010, we can see that also there was roughly $270 billion worth of margin into people's accounts or just all across the stock market in general. And again, you compare $270 billion in margin versus $850 billion roughly. That just obviously indicates that, certain stocks are becoming very favorable. And it also tells you where the margin is flowing into, what stocks the margin is flowing into. Now, if you really want to compare margin, January of 2008, there was roughly $37 billion of margin across the stock market. And again, you compare that to $850 billion now, that is obviously, again, I know I keep on repeating myself, but I don't think a lot of people knew how much margin was actually into the United States markets, the stock market. And once you just understand that concept, I think that this whole AMC stock rising will make a lot more sense, because where is this margin flowing into? Where is this extra money flowing into? What is the Federal Reserve going to do? They're not going to stop putting money into the market. And so that leaves you to question, where is this margin money going to? And I think a lot of people are now starting to realize that the margin money will go into AMC. And you combine that with the short squeezers and the gamma squeeze, and that just makes the price of AMC go even higher. So again, as I said, when that $36 resistance breaks for AMC, the stock is limitless, and in my opinion, I think that it has a possibility to go to $50 and even $100 like GameStop, because AMC has the potential for the reopening play. It is one of those stocks that will do good once the economy fully reopens. And that is not the same thing for GameStop, because GameStop's business model is definitely different compared to AMC. And Jim Cramer himself even stated the same thing. He said that AMC actually has the potential to become a great reopening play if someone were to invest in it. Whereas for GameStop, their business model just isn't that great to really invest in it. And therefore, it really doesn't make sense for the price to go up to $400 compared to AMC going back to all-time highs at $36. But remember, when it breaks $36, which I think it will, the stock is limitless. And now guys, for the stock of the day, if you guys know of ticker symbol U, or in other words, Unity Software, this is a stock that Kathy Wood and her team continue to buy. This is actually one of their top 20 stocks. It is ranked number 12, and it is very cheap, guys. This stock used to be trading at almost $200, and it is currently now at just below $100 a share. And this is exactly what has been happening as growth stocks have really been able to decrease in price. There are a lot of stocks that are extremely cheap right now. And with the price of Unity Software decreasing substantially, this is one of those stocks that Kathy Wood and her team just keep on adding. So if you look at ARK, which is their innovation stock, they actually recently purchased Unity Software around the beginning of April. They had roughly 5.6 million shares, and they now have 7.5 million shares, almost 7.6. And you guys can see their portfolio allocation right here. And one of the trends that I'm seeing with Unity Software in the ARK Invest ETF is that they have actually been adding to the stock, meaning that it is one of their highest conviction stocks. And this is very different because in my previous video, I talked about Square, and they were actually decreasing their share amount into Square in some of their ETFs, not all of them, but just in some of them. And that is because, in my opinion, I believe that ARK Invest is doing a massive portfolio, distribution, and they are completely changing how they are allocating their money into specific stocks because of the decrease in a lot of these growth stocks. And so, as I stated before, I personally believe that Unity Software is one of their best holdings and one of their top holdings. And to see the price go from $170 to just below 100, I really think that, people are getting a good deal for ticker symbol U, or in other words, Unity Software. The company, in my opinion, is phenomenal. And remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinions. But in ARKW, they currently have 1.5 million shares. And in the beginning of April, they actually had 1.6 million shares. So in this ETF, which is their internet ETF, the trend is definitely declining because they had 1.6 million shares, as I stated, in the beginning of April, whereas now they have 1.5. But remember, this is just from the beginning of April. They definitely increased their share amount compared to the time when they first initially bought their shares. This is just from the beginning of April. But when they first bought Unity Software, there has definitely been an increase of a trend in like their share amount. So if we look at ARKX, they haven't really been adding a lot into ARKX because this is their space ETF, but you can definitely see an increase in price as well, or share amount, because they had 10,000 shares and now they have roughly 62,000. So this is going to conclude the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this gave some of you Unity Software shareholders some conviction into your stock if you guys are holding Unity Software, because this is the point of a stocks of a day. It's to give you guys free alerts about stocks that you guys might be holding, and just know about what stocks Kathy Wood has been buying and selling. So make sure you guys subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video, and again, thanks again for watching.